Oh, thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Welcome to Nasdaq TradeTalks. I'm your host, Jill Malandrino, Global Markets Reporter at Nasdaq. We're coming to you live from Hong Kong at SmartCon 2024 by Chainlink. Joining me for this segment, we have Thomas Zhu, Head of Digital Assets and Family Office Business at China Asset Management Hong Kong. We're here to discuss steps the sell side can take to better address the buy side's needs and effectively capture their interest in tokenization. It is great to have you with us, Thomas. Welcome to Trade Talks.
Thank you, Jill.
All
Pleasure
right.
to be here.
Thank you. And give us a background on China Asset Management Hong Kong.
Thank you. Yeah, China Asset Management Hong Kong is the subsidiary for China Asset Management. We're their only offshore entity. And the China Asset Management Company, we call that China AMC, is one of the largest asset managers in Asia, in China particularly. We're the largest ETF issuer. So you can think about us as the China's BlackRock. And we have been in Hong Kong in the last 16 years. And so far, we have issued multiple different innovative ETFs. And this year, particularly, we're super excited was that we launched our crypto ETFs. We had the spot Bitcoin and Ethereum ETF launched on April 30th. And so far, our volume, our AUM, and the client base were the largest in Asia.
Oh wow, that's fantastic growth in just a few months. So
Thank you.
After the successful crypto ETF fund, what's next in terms of tokenization for China AMC?
Yes, you're asking about my daily responsibilities. So ETFs, we've done that, and we're going to continue to grow that. And we want to work on the tokenization. And we are the only asset managers, foreign or Chinese, domestic, that is working on all 4 different digital money sandboxes in Hong Kong. So we're involved with Project Ensemble, which is a wholesale CBDC. We're working on the e-Hong Kong dollar. Second phase with Visa and ANZ. We're working with all the 3 different stablecoin issuer in the sandboxes. And in addition to that, we're working with a large bank on the STO, the security token offering. So we are very fortunate to be invited and participating in all 4 of them.
So it signifies the demand that you're seeing for these types of alternative investments through the family office, that there really is demand for it. What steps can the sell side take to better service the needs of the buy side as it relates to interest in tokenization and capturing buy side activity from there?
Yeah, so from buy side and sell side, everyone's trying to embrace the DLT or blockchain technology. So the asset that's going to be tokenized on-chain will have a very broad distribution network, given it's 24/7 trading across different countries and seamless, right? So we're working very closely with different tokenization technology companies, different type of brokers, dealers, and to provide this type of a yield product on-chain. So I think there's a mix of kind of what's the sell side, right? Whether it's a TradFi sell side as a broker, think about as Goldman Sachs or Futu, right? Futu is an internet broker. Goldman Sachs is a traditional broker where I used to work for. And I think they're all embracing this digital asset. And that is one type. The other type is the distribution network on-chain with a lot of DeFi protocols. And they have different liquidity pools.
I was just going to ask you about that.
Yeah.
So when you think about the ETF product and accessing market makers for liquidity, does it work the same way with the tokenization as the underlying within the ETF wrapper? What does that liquidity profile look like?
Right. So the tokenization is just another format of a securitization. Right. Think about the ABS. We have been working on that in the last 20, 30 years. It's very successful because that actually brings us liquidity. And you put that into pieces and you list that as security shares. And people can have a little bit part of some fixed asset and large asset. So by tokenization, that gives you the opportunities to access those very hard and bigger tranche of asset. And whether they are senior level of debt or junior level of debt, they have a different type of risk. You can easily to choose what risk profile and risk return you want to invest in.
Right.
However, when we look at the tokenization nowadays, I just wrote a book on RWA and tokenization, just published by the Minister of Finance Publishing House.
Congratulations.
Thank you. In that book, we wrote about 28 different use cases and examples. I think so far the biggest use case, one is a stablecoin, which is a tokenization of money.
Right.
M2, right? So we have a US dollar stablecoin. We're soon going to have a Hong Kong dollar stablecoin. So this is the biggest use of RWA tokenization. The second biggest use is tokenization of the treasury bond, right? So currently it's about 2.4 billion US dollars on tokenized treasury bond. But compared to the traditional, if you look at the treasuries and the bond in the world, it's 100 trillion US dollars, right? So the increasing opportunities is tremendous. But it has to work together. You have more adoption for stablecoins. Stablecoins need to park the capital to earn the on-chain yield, and that will grow the on-chain bond market or treasury market or money market fund market. So it is a chicken egg thing.
Right.
But we believe the growth of the stablecoin now is tremendous. Right now it's about 17, 18, 170, 180 billion US dollars. But compared to the money circulation, those are in the hundreds of trillions of dollars of the market. It still have a bigger room to grow.
Yeah. How is Hong Kong playing a role in the intersection of blockchain technology and traditional finance?
Yeah, it's a great question. I'm a big ambassador for Hong Kong to become the Web3 hub. And I just mentioned I was in New York.
Yes, last
week for the RWA Summit. And I was fortunate to listen to a lot of big institutions on Wall Street, what they are talking about. And for one, I used to work there. And I believe that there's a good opportunities for West and the East to work together. One thing about Hong Kong is we have the most comprehensive digital asset or virtual asset regulatory system. And that is amazing because you need to have a regulatory frame for people to develop, to build, to create and distribute. And for that, I think Hong Kong, kudos to Hong Kong because of the great opportunities they bring here. And I think next year we're going to have the tokenization grow into more custody, right? So we have the custody license coming out of the virtual asset custody. We have the stablecoin license, hopefully that will be coming out next year. So you have more of those kind of licensing regime for the digital assets and virtual assets. That sets the ground for any type of the growth. So I'm very optimistic about Hong Kong in next 12 to 18 months.
All right, appreciate the insight, Thomas. Thanks for joining us on Trade Talks, and thanks for joining me from SmartCon in Hong Kong. I'm Jill Malandrino, Global Markets Reporter at Nasdaq.